so far? Certain Arab nations, you were a part of our enslavement. Y'all don't think I was going to go there. Brother Rizza, ain't you a Muslim? Yes. And certain Arab nations, you were a part of our enslavement. You must pay us reparations. Certain African nations. With all due respect, brother. And some of them have apologized, have offered dual citizenship, and a number of other things, so we applaud that. But at the same time, the other nations in Africa that were involved, you must pay reparations too. Would you agree? Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the man that you saw speaking was none other than Brother Rizza Islam. This weekend, I had the pleasure to attend the Juneteenth celebration rally for reparations in Freedom Plaza in the nation's capital in Washington, D.C. The event was held and sponsored by Tariq Nasheed, the Hidden Colors documentary, and he had a host of speakers and individuals who participated in the event. The event was focused on the reparations that many people feel that black people should be owed. And here you have several speakers giving knowledge about that topic. And so I'm going to play Brother Rizza Islam. Brother Rizza Islam is from the Nation of Islam. He's one of their major representatives and messengers. He speaks all over the nation concerning a lot of things that are happening not only in the U.S. but in the world. So you will see my brother break down a lot of information concerning worldwide politics and also U.S. politics and also things concerning the black community. Y'all listen to my brother, and I'll be back with a little commentary after he speaks.
Okay, y'all with me so far? Certain Arab nations, you were a part of our enslavement. Y'all don't think I was going to go there. Brother Rizza, ain't you a Muslim? Yes. And certain Arab nations, you were a part of our enslavement. You must pay us reparations. Certain African nations. With all due respect, brother. And some of them have apologized, have offered dual citizenship, and a number of other things, so we applaud that. But at the same time, the other nations in Africa that were involved, you must pay reparations too. Would you agree? Yes. See, we got a call to roll. If you were involved in this, you can't run now. You all up in the music, you all up in the food, you all up in the family, get up in them reparations. You hear me? Y'all nervous? I hope not. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that America will be wise to give our people reparations so that God will consider sparing your destruction. Consider it. Some of y'all don't believe in God. Some of y'all call out loud. Some of y'all say John, the Most High, Jesus, whatever. Whatever God you refer to, that's fine. But the reality is America is under divine judgment. Would you agree? Nations are turning against her. Saudi Arabia has just refused to renew the 50-year agreement for oil with America. Do any of you have any idea of how big that really is? Russia with China. Now their currencies are number one with each other. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? This thing is not about to last too long. So America, you will be wise, I would say, because other nations have always looked at what you have done to black people. And that's another reason why they don't like dealing with you. So at this point, I would say personally, it would be wise for them to give up reparations. Are y'all ready for me to go to the rest of this? You sure? Y'all all right? You strong? Okay. We're not just talking because we will have some marching orders at the end of this. The CIA, you absolutely, for the assassination of our leaders, when they traveled, have to pay us or be involved in reparations. This is a class action lawsuit. Y'all hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you are a lawyer or know of a lawyer. Or paralegal. Y'all? Anybody? No? Okay. See, we need more lawyers.
That's right.
Y'all hear what I'm saying?
That's right.
See, I'm making sure I'm asking this question to make sure we're getting it, because at this point now, once we get done talking about it, we got to put our feet to the ground and start making moves on it.
Okay.
So let's go to the next part here. BRICS, as we already know, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, they have added the United Arab Emirates, they have added other nations. They are coming for the #1 spot. Why does that matter to you? Why does that matter to us? Because the dollar is already going down.
Yeah.
So the U.S. government, I believe, is going to wait for it to almost be completely unusable and then want to cut the check.
Damn.
Some of y'all got it, you're like, damn,
That's just like
that makes sense.
You know that's the plan.
Hence the reason why we ain't got too much time.
yeah.
See, some of you are celebrating Pride Month.
Shame on you, Diddy.
That's so nice. You're celebrating Pride Month.
Go Diddy.
Some of you don't think reparations is possible, but you believe changing your gender is.
Oh my God. Talk about backwards.
Losing your damn
backwards.
mind.
Out of their
Go
damn
against
mind.
everything scientific and logical.
Okay.
Oh, black people never get reparations, but here, chop this off. I'm a woman now.
I mean, really though.
To the trans community, you know I'm speaking the truth. And trust me, if you run up, you will be dealt with as who you are.
Oh yeah.
With love, I say that to you, but I done seen some of y'all get beside yourself.
That's right.
If it applies, it applies. If it don't, hey, leave it alone. And I say that to the entire LGBTQ plus and whatever community. We have family who are a part of that, we get that. But since when has that become a damn nationality? When has that become something of a nationhood? How is that flag tied to the U.S. flag?
Exactly.
You know what that means when it's tied together. That means that is a declarized or declared nation. Which means from the top of this nation, as they put the damn flag on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, they hung it right on the front of the White House. Which means the United States government is saying this is the nationality. We're not American, we're LGBTQ rainbow.
They said.
And other nations are laughing at us.
Right.
And they're saying,
They're like
yeah,
clowns.
your men and women, right? All right, y'all, let's start training. Let's start training.
Right.
Your men and women, right? Yeah, y'all got the weapons ready? You got them? Your men and women, right?
Too many girls
You better understand foreign policy and understand how people look over here. So when the brother said you need to start training, what does that mean? Get off the damn computer. Be honest with yourself. Start getting in the gym. Do your calisthenics. Train in martial arts, boxing. Whatever the hell you're going to do. But know that whatever happens over there will happen here. I'm almost done.
Right.
Y'all hear me? Giving black people reparations will automatically boost the economy. Would you agree? Let's break this down real quick. I think Dave Chappelle had a skit on this. Where the brother said, reparations has been granted to black people by the United States government. Hundreds of billions, or a couple trillion. Yeah, trillion. Sounds better. Some trillions, right? Say trillion. Say trillion. Some of you like, brother, I just can't say it. I don't believe it. Say trillion. He said reparations was given to black people, and what happened? All of our people went out and paid all the phone bills, paid all the rent. But no, y'all, it's funny, but it's real. And where did that money go? Right back into the economy. And in the skit, they said, man, the recession is over. The U.S. government is all good. There's no more debt.
The reparations.
Y'all like, brother, that ain't, no, really, that's how that goes. It's actually that simple, because our people, we have this habit to go and spend money on all kinds of things. But the reality is, if you're spending in this nation, it's going to get back into the economy some way, somehow. At this point, the United States government is over $33 trillion in debt. And it's still counting. Now, I said over 33, because it's definitely way more than that. So as we're looking at it, be mindful of the fact that although it will boost the economy, the reality is, which economy are you trying to boost? Supporting black-owned business is not something that we should just say. Raise your hand if you're a black-owned business. If you have one, raise your hand. That's what I'm talking about. Brother Rizza Islam has a black-owned business. All of my employees are black men and black women and 3 teenagers. Did y'all hear what I just said to you?
All right, so there you see Brother Rizza Islam breaking down some of the reasons that blacks in America should be given reparations. At first, he mentions the eventual or actual fall of the U.S. dollar and certain international situations that may affect us in the future. He mentioned Russia and China's their money being now number 1 in the world. He also mentions that Saudi Arabia did not renew the 50-year oil contract with America. And you guys can look this up. Mr. Rizza is normally spot on with this information. One of the most informative brothers I know. So of course that has major implications. And so he mentions how, you know, America, if they would do right by us concerning all of the things that have been done over the years, and possibly God will spare us. And of course, you know, the scripture says, my people who are called by their name will humble themselves and pray, turn from their wicked ways and seek my face, then I will hear from heaven, then I will heal their land. So even though he's part of the Islamic faith, many of the Islamic brothers plus Farrakhan always refer to the Bible as well. And so I think he's under the impression that, you know, if America does right by us by giving us that proverbial 40 acres and a mule that was never given, then, you know, we may be saved from the impending danger. And then, of course, you know, this is Juneteenth, and he also mentions that other nations are watching us, and they have seen what they, you know, that they have seen, you know, the things that America has done over the years and in recent years to people of color. So they are watching. But he also mentions a very controversial subject, which is Pride Month. And he mentions that this is Juneteenth, but nevertheless, they have intertwined or usurped Juneteenth with Pride Month. And, you know, we were a few blocks from the White House, and they had the Pride flag flying on the White House. And you'll see another brother eventually mentioned that, you know, they didn't have, you know, our flag on that. And I guess that's the Juneteenth flag on that flagpole. Nevertheless, Rizza makes a great point. No matter how you feel about, you know, pride and, you know, LGBT and transgenderism and all that, the fact that other nations are looking at us and their men are training, their men are becoming warriors, and you know, their men are, for the most part, you know, getting ready to defend their country or their nations or their families. And, you know, he mentioned, okay, well, you know, your men want to be women, or you're pushing your men to be women. Okay, you know, get the weapons ready, because there's nobody to defend our village. And that's a very great point. If all of our men are to become women, then who are going to protect us when other men who are masculine, who are ready to partake in war? How are we going to defend our country, defend our nation, defend our livelihood if all of our men want to be women? And the last point he mentioned is about reparations, possibly stimulating the economy. And he mentioned the skit that Dave Chappelle put on, where, you know, blacks were given reparations, and then blacks spent so much money that, you know, the government was out of recession. And while that is funny, then, you know, that remains possible, because it is evident that we spend an exorbitant amount of money on some of the materialistic things that you know, we make a lot less money, as my man Dr. Umar often points out, but we spend a lot more money on these things when we can't really afford them because we don't make enough money to afford them. But nevertheless, I think my brother gave some great information. There's a I'm going to do probably about 5 or 6 more speakers because there was a lot of speakers there, and I want to get everybody's message. Everybody touched on a little something different. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned in. Tune in once again. This is Juneteenth month. Tomorrow will be Juneteenth. But, overall, that was a good crowd. It was a good message. And, hopefully those who were there and those who see this video will take heed to some of the things that were mentioned in the video and just realize that, a great injustice has been done in this country, but it has not been rectified. And I can go deeper, but, just give an example. Back 3 generations ago, my grandfather was not allowed to, join a union or or my great grandfather was not allowed to, forward certain things or, be involved in business or, hold certain licenses and things of that nature, while other groups was able to establish generational wealth where my great grandfather couldn't. So even though that was a long time ago, there's a parameter, there's a passing down of inopportunity and inequity through generation, even though right now we still have the opportunity to do whatever, one wants. But then, like I said, the great grandson of a man who was allowed to build apartments, 1,000 building apartment complex in Virginia Beach that that I met one time. Like, he just had to wake up and inherit that property where my great grandfather was not even allowed to work on those properties. He had to be a butler or a waiter or whatever. You know what I mean? So those are things that people, have to look at when we see or we say things like reparations or repayment or, things are, even though they are quote unquote fair now, other people have been given a head start. But I don't like to harp on that because, like I said, I like to, get money on my own and, make my own way, in which, God bless is me to do so. Nevertheless, there is a reckoning of some sorts to be discussed. And that's why I think my brothers and sisters always are pushing the reparations narrative. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. 919-587-7782. Peace and blessings. Thank y'all for listening. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the video. Peace.